In this first division video, we're going to be looking at the short written method for dividing. But before we jump into that, let's start with a bit of mental division to warm up our brains. The first calculation says 18 divided by 6. Now, I know that multiplication is the inverse, the opposite of division. Therefore, I'm going to use my times table knowledge to help me. I know that 3 times by 6 equals 18. Therefore, 18 divided by 6 equals 3. They're the inverse, the opposite. Let's have a look at another one. 49 divided by 7. Again, I'm going to use my times table knowledge to help me. So I know that 7 multiplied by 7 equals 49. It's a squared number, 7 squared. Therefore, 49 divided by 7 also equals 7. They're the inverse, the opposite. 60 divided by something equals 12. Last one. So I know that 12 multiplied by 5 equals 60. Therefore, 5 is my missing answer. Okay, so I've used my times table knowledge there to help me divide. That's why it's really important we know our times tables. Have a go at these three then. Okay, pause the video now and then we'll have a look at the answers. How did you find that? Let's have a look. 45 divided by 5 equals, times table knowledge, 9 times 5 equals 45. So my answer should have been 9. 88 divided by 8? Well, 11 times 8 equals 88. Therefore, my answer was 11. And number 3, 108 divided by something equals 12. 12 times by 9 equals 108. So 9 was my missing one in that one. Even though the missing number was in the middle, I could still work it out. So, now that we're warmed up, let's move on to a formal written method, the bus stop method of division. Here's my bus stop. 504 divided by 9. Remember, the number you're dividing by always goes on the outside. So I'm going to use my knowledge of the 9 times table here to help me. 5 divided by 9. It's too small. 5 is too small. So I'm going to pass it on to my next number. 50. That's a better number to work with. 9 times 5 equals 45. That's pretty close. That's only 5 away from 50. 9 times 6 equals 54. Now, 54 is closer to 50, but it's too big. Okay, I can't use larger numbers. I can only use smaller numbers. So I'm going to use this 5 here. 50 divided by 9 is 5. 5, but I've actually got 5 left over because 50 take away 45 is 5. 9's into 54. Well, we've already done that sum down here, look. 9 times 6. So 54 divided by 9 is 6, and my final answer was 56. Let's look at a bigger number then. Same method. Draw my bus stop. 1968 divided by 4. So again, 1 is too small. I'm going to pass it on. 19 divided by 4. 4 times 4 equals 16. I'm almost there. 4 times 5 equals... Oh, no it doesn't. It equals 20. Okay. 20 is too big, even though it's really close. It's only 1 off. So, 19 divided by 4 is 4, and I've got 3 left over. 4's into 36. Well, 36 is in the 4 times table. 4 times 9 equals 36. So that goes here, 9. 4's into 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2, because I know that 4 times 2 equals 8. So that means my final answer was 492. Now that we've reminded ourselves of this method, have a go at these two down here, and then we'll check the answers. Pause the video now. How did you find these two then? Let's check. So, draw your bus stop. 448 divided by 8. Okay, so knowledge of the 8 times table is really going to help me here. 8 into 4 will not go, so I'm going to pass it on. 44 divided by 8. Well, 8 times 5 equals 40. That's as close as I can get. So it goes in 5 times. But I've got a few left over. I've got 4 left over, so pass that on. 8 into 48. Well, 8 times by 6 is 48. Therefore, my answer was 56. Moving on then, how did you get on with number 2? So, draw my bus stop. 5,736 divided by 6. So 6 into 5, 5 is too small. So cross it out and pass it on. 6 into 57. Okay, so 6 times by 7 equals 42. Oh, that's still quite far away. So 6 times by 8 is 48. Okay, getting closer. 6 multiplied by 9 equals 54. Ah, there we go. I reckon that's the closest we can get. 9. Not exactly though. I had a few left over. So I had 3 left over. So I'm going to pass those on. 33 divided by 6. Well, 6 times 5 equals 30. So 6 with 3 left over again. 6 into 36. Well, 6 times 6 equals 36. It's a squared number. Therefore, I've got 6 again. Okay. Oh, can you spot my error? What did I do there that's wrong? I'm looking at my red number in the middle there. There we go. Who spotted that error? I think this should be a 5, shouldn't it? Because I had a 5 down here. Well done if you spotted my error. So, you should have had 56 and 956 as your answers. If you're confident with this method, you might want to move on to looking at bus stop division with remainders. If not, and you got a couple of these wrong, then you might want to re-watch this video again.